Welcome back to the Sugarside podcast, everybody. What's up? How we doing?
Welcome back. Why'd you say it like that? I'm just teasing you.
It's a lead up. It's a little hi.
Hi
Hope everyone's
there.
doing okay.
Oh,
How you doing,
man.
buddy? How we feeling?
I'm good. You know what? Last week was my birthday,
There was.
and I didn't do too much for it, but that's because my big golf round is tomorrow, so I'm
Oh
really
yeah.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
We're
Have you
going
played
out
this
into
course
the
before?
middle of what was that?
Have you played this course before?
No, it's the first time playing this course. It's in the middle of nowhere, an hour away, and it just looks magnificent. So I hope I have a good time.
Yeah, I hope so too. I'm excited to hear about it.
But yeah, no, if I do well, you won't stop hearing about it.
And they won't stop hearing about it. I'm sure. I'm sure
Oh
that
yeah,
you'll
no,
bring it up.
I'm gonna let everyone know that I might be related to Jesus Christ.
I love how you don't even choose a golfer. You just go
No,
straight for JC.
no. And on the third day, he got a hole in one.
Oh, that's so.
How about you, man? What's new?
Anything new? Not really. Just working, chilling. We did just go to Vegas last
Oh
weekend.
yeah.
We went
Is
for
it
our friend's
as
baby
dead
shower.
as I've seen online? Like
We
I've
weren't
seen
on the
videos where
strip. We weren't on the strip. We were there for a friend's baby shower who lives there, and she lives like
uh-huh.
20 minutes north of the strip. So we were just like in her little town. But I did see pictures from the weekend that I was there, and it was like
Yeah.
Saturday at like 7, and it was literally a ghost town. But they're pricing themselves out of tourism. Like nobody can
Yeah, I
afford to go
mean,
there. That's what it is. Like the last
who's
time
got
we were
the money to
there,
throw around in Vegas nowadays?
yeah, we were there for New Year's, Hannah and I, and we got Starbucks in the hotel, which like was our fault. Like it's a hotel. It's like a fucking airport. But
Mhm.
we got like 2 bagels and an orange juice, and it was like $60. And they didn't have the price
Oh
until you
my
like
God,
paid. It was the most insane thing I've ever
that's
seen in my life.
ridiculous. No, I don't think I've been to Vegas since your bachelor party, so it's been long enough that maybe the scene has changed.
Definitely. I think this year changed a lot. I think just in general, I feel like a lot of change has happened this year in a lot of ways, including economically. Like I feel like people are really feeling inflation right now in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
well, what a better way to go out though? Just put it all on red.
You never know. Very Vegas vacation. You know,
Yeah, right. That's
I
right.
pull a
I'm
lever,
gonna,
I win a car. I pull a lever, I win a car. Like you never know.
You never know. Uh,
Okay, pal. So we have a few things to get to today that I think are going to
yeah,
be
we
really
sure do.
fun. Um, I'm going to pull up my phone really quick. We're going over Pokemon first, which we
Yeah,
did talk about Legends ZA megas before, but there's been some new
on
ones that have come
episode
out
2, I
since.
think.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some new ones that have come out since then, and I want to get your thoughts on them and kind of talk about them
Well,
a
I've
little
got
bit.
thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, so
You
for
know
those of
me.
you who don't know, since episode 2, the megas that have come out have been the Kalos starters, Greninja, Chestnut, and Delphox, which are a cool trio. And a second starter trio to the one that is going to be in the main quest line in the game.
What a good starter trio for such a bad game.
Yeah, right.
Like, I really don't like X and Y. When you are like, here's your new region, get out there and find new Pokemon, and the first route, you, step in the grass and you run into a Pidgey. I've seen a Pidgey before.
That's
So
not
much of that
new.
game is Gen 1. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I've
That's a
never
tangent for
actually heard
another
that
day.
take. I've never heard that take. That's a really funny take because people love X and Y, I feel.
What? No, they don't.
No? Am I wrong on that?
I don't. Not in the circles I run with. We're X and Y haters.
Fair enough. The line is drawn in the sand. Okay. So, Mega Evolution thoughts. What are you thinking?
On
Where
the
do you wanna start?
Kalos
Yeah,
starters?
let's start there. There's a couple others outside of that, but those are the main meat and
Hmm.
potatoes, so let's start there.
So if you wanted me to like rank them from my favorites to least favorite, from just the three Kalos starters, I would
Mm,
say my favorite is definitely Delphox.
yep.
Riding the witch's broom, I think looks really cool. I think
Mhm.
that Delphox is kind of a slept on Pokemon in general. Like it's a good Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't necessarily love original Delphox design, but I
Yeah.
think that this elevated it in a good way.
Definitely. I think Delphox is a good Pokemon and very underrated. I do feel like her design is a little boring, though. It's not
Yeah.
memorable. There's nothing about it that, like,
Fennekin
jumps
is
out on
way
you.
cuter.
Yeah, Finnegan is cute, and a small fox is hard. Like, Vulpix is a
Yeah.
popular Pokemon. Like, that's a tough Pokemon to
Yeah.
follow in the
You're
same,
like,
like,
"That's not even our
realm.
first Firefox, what are we gonna do?"
Yeah, yeah, and they kinda nailed it. They kinda
Yeah,
nailed it.
I agree. Fennekin is a great design, but,
Mhm.
the Delphox Mega, I think, was, my favorite just because it actually, like, improved on original Delphox, right?
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
so by that same logic, my number 2, I'm gonna go with Greninja, because I don't think that it elevates original Greninja's design.
Yeah.
Um, I just really don't like the Chespin one, so just the chestnut.
We'll get there,
Um,
we'll get there, yeah.
yeah, 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 but, Greninja, I'm putting at number 2 because original Greninja is cool, already.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you do something like this, and, like, I don't understand what I'm supposed to, like, be thinking of when I look at it, and I'm like, "Is it a helicopter? Is he just supposed to be doing, like, a cool Naruto pose? Or is he a kite, and I'm supposed to hold on to his gross tongue and fly him around?" Like, because that is a weird choice. I don't know how much
Yeah,
I like the tongue coming all the way down and holding him up. What if
yeah,
it was just floating? He could have just been floating and standing on it upside down because he's a
yeah, if you wanna
ninja.
do the Naruto thing, let's do the walking
Yeah,
on water thing, it's a water shuriken. Like, stand
yeah,
on it like you have chakra in your feet, that would've been way better, and he's a frog! He can stick
yeah.
to things, he's a tree frog, like, I feel like you said, that's a really I mean, I guess frogs catch things with
What
their
if what
tongues,
if
but,
the
like
shuriken what if the shuriken was on the top, and then there was a lily pad, and he stood on the lily pad upside down, but, like, it looked more like he was, like, hovering because of that, like, it was like like, I don't know,
yeah, that's
kinda
fire. That's fire.
I don't
Is
know, I feel
he
like
what type
the
is Greninja?
long tongue coming down to the
Yeah,
ground is
that's
like, is
sus.
he licking the
That's
dirt? What
sus.
is it's
Yeah.
gross.
That's weird. No, I'm with you. I didn't even notice that in detail like that. That's funny. That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's not for me. Original Greninja is already a pretty cool design, even though
Totally.
same thing. I'm like, why is this scarf his tongue? It's gross, but whatever.
What's what's his type?
Water dark?
Is it water dark? Okay. I knew he was dual type. I just didn't know which one.
Yeah,
What
I
the
think
second
so.
typing was. Okay.
I think it's water dark. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was thinking if you do the lily pad design, you like switch it for a grass dual type.
Like a water grass, like
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. And the lily pad's
But
like a part of it.
then is that how the megas are working? Well, can you switch types? Because it's not just the crystallization one?
They haven't specified. I just know that the megas from the actual starters of the game and the main quest line are getting a dual type, but none of them have a dual type to begin with, I don't think.
Delphox is fire psychic.
No, not her. The actual starters.
Oh,
Chikorita,
oh,
Totodile.
oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
My
they're
bad.
getting dual typings with their megas, but I think it's because they don't have a dual type to begin with, not that you can
Right.
switch types.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
okay.
And then there's Chestnut. But you just put more plates on him. Like I he's like imagine the evolution like happening like on the old screen where it's like dun 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 and it just changes, right? And here's Chestnut. Dun 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 and here's Mega Chestnut. Dun 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 dun. dun. And
Yeah. Yeah.
He looks stupid, I think. I'm like, "Dude, it's literally just Chestnut with a little bit of extra armor."
Armor.
Like, I
Now,
don't know, man.
the picture I sent you of them
Mhm.
didn't have his melee weapon, his hammer club thing that he got, and I thought
He gets a
about
club?
telling you that.
Oh,
He
okay.
gets a huge club, and I've seen pictures of him standing straight up, like, holding the club, like Thor's hammer type vibe, and I think that looks better. I don't know if it
With the
re
hammer?
yeah, I don't know if the hammer really, like, ups his design, but, like, he
What's
does
up
look
with them
better with
giving
it.
Pokemon, like, actual weapons? Like, Grookey,
Yeah.
Rillaboom, like, with the sticks, they're, like, just
Yeah, bro.
that is not a part of them. There's a whole episode where, like, one, I don't remember which, I don't know, Grookey lost a stick, and he had to
Mm,
go find a new stick and connect with the stick. It was like a Harry Potter wand. But,
that's
like,
funny.
so they have to go choose their own sticks. But why is that like I don't know. When they recall the Pokemon, they should call back Grookey and the stick should fall to the floor
Yeah,
like every
it's
time.
only his stick. No, dude, yeah. Um, I mean, are we not gonna talk about Tinkaton? Hello? She's a murderer.
Yeah,
Or her
yeah, with
melee
the
weapon.
biggest mallet on the planet.
Yeah, dude, it's made out of Corviknight? Are we kidding? Like, how dark are we going?
Imagine you're a Tinkaton trainer and it's the same thing. You recall her and that just goes dunk to the
Yeah.
ground. You're like, damn it, and you have to like drag it with you, like everywhere you're going.
You're like,
It's like,
"Fuck."
man, she makes this look so easy. It weighs like
Yeah.
a million Corviknights
Yeah.
like smashed together.
You know, I actually the episode where, um I know it's Tinkatink, what's the middle one?
I don't remember,
I don't know.
dude.
Anyway,
Tinka
the
tough.
middle evolution evolved into Tinkaton in the anime, and I watched it at work, and the whole episode, it was that her hammer grew first, and she was getting bullied by other Pokemon, and she couldn't lift her hammer to attack them back, and she was getting so frustrated, and
The
then she
hammer
pulls off the
evolved
evolution,
first.
and I could tell, like, 5 minutes in, I was like, "She's gonna evolve today." And so I, like, watched it closer because 'cause I'm like, "I need to see this," and it was actually a good episode. I was
Oh
hyped.
my goodness. But yeah, I think that's where I stand with the Kalos
Yeah.
starters.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. They're okay. If I had to choose one to use, I'd probably use Delphox just because of the design, to be honest.
I
Um,
agree. And since I'm already choosing Totodile in this hypothetical as my other
mm,
starter,
it's
now
your
I get
fire
a
type.
fire type,
I'm choosing
and that's a win.
Chikorita. I'm choosing Chikorita. Even though the leaked megas of Meganium, I don't like. I don't like, but I I said it episode 1, I'm for the girlies, okay? Fairy type is my fucking jam. As soon as I saw that she was getting a grass fairy, I was like, I'm in. I'm in.
I
I
mean,
have to
it's
go
pretty
around.
easy to say that the best type in the game is your jam. No shit.
Duh. But they're
Fairy's
also the
ridiculously
cutest
broken.
design, and they have the best dual types, and they're the best. Obviously. It's the best.
Easy argument, pal.
You know? You know? Like, I can
um,
use Togekiss, are you kidding? Anyway, other Legend ZA stuff, I wanna get off my chest a little bit because Nintendo are just being greedy, man, and I just wanna enjoy Pokemon, and I feel like I can't
what else is
anymore.
new? Is the sun shining?
Yeah, not
Is water
today. It's
blue?
gray out today. It's the perfect day to talk about this, actually. The sun is
Yeah,
not shining today.
morning period.
Yeah, no, I'm upset that, they came out with a DLC already before the game came out. I feel like that ruins the suspense of playing through the game and wanting a DLC, and, like, it's not that expensive, but there's things you have to do or you have to get the DLC to get certain things. I don't really like that. Um, Especially since they've been announced, I feel like that's kinda lame, like, to put it behind a paywall like that. I did
Well,
find
they
that with
did sorry, they did DLC for, games ever since, like, Sword and Shield, but
yeah.
I don't remember them, like, at launch. Like,
No,
you
they
launch the
weren't,
game
that's the
first, you
thing.
play for a while, and then you get
Yeah,
DLC out later, and it
right.
opened up, like, a different part of the map with a whole different, like, Pokédex of
Yeah,
stuff that you
yeah.
could catch.
No, 100%, and that's what upsets me is I think it's the first time that they've announced DLC before the game came out, and they've announced mega evolutions within the DLC, and they're already, like, talking about quest lines, and I'm like, "Is there anything new in this game? Am I just gonna know everything?" You know? I mean, maybe it's gonna be so big that they can give away all of this and it'll still be, like, enough, but I'm like, "Let me play
Yeah,
the game. Like, let me experience it." You know, I
I
don't wanna know
agree.
everything.
Yeah, I mean, when when they announce that they've already got DLC, like, in the chamber ready to go at launch, it makes you think, kinda seems like that could have just been a part of the game.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe they made it all at once and they were like, "Let's just take this part of the game that we've already made and take it out of the game and make it DLC."
Definitely, because the name isn't even, like, a place. Like, you know how other DLCs are usually, like, it's a different part of the map, and it's the name of that part of the map? This one's called Mega Dimension, where it's just, like, a
Maybe
Zygarde
that's the
quest
place.
line to get Mega Zygarde. I mean, I guess
Okay.
that's the place is, like, another dimension, but, like, to your point, I feel like they just wanted a way to put Mega Zygarde in there, and they just designed a
Yeah.
bunch of Megas, and they're like, "Well, he could live in
Mhm.
another dimension."
Dimension.
Yeah, like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm kinda with you on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the more that I hear about this game and even the more I see designs, I'm like, I'm maybe a little happy that I haven't gotten a Switch 2, like
Mm,
someone I know.
like someone you know, and you know
You
what?
shill.
As much
You're gonna
as
have to
I'm
tell me all
upset.
about it. If you come at me with a glowing review, if you come back to me and you're like, "Garrett, it's the best Pokemon game I've ever played," I might have a change of heart. Like, the Grinch's heart grew 3 times that day,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
moment, but
Last thing that's
I
making
think
me
for now,
nervous.
I am a cold-blooded I've been let down too many times, Game Freak.
No, I'm with you, man. I mean, you know that Mario Kart World got me. I didn't even wait for the Pokemon game to come out,
Yeah, I
and
know.
I think it's
That
because
was
I
your
don't
heart.
know if I wanna pay that much for a Pokemon game. But on top of that, the last thing that I'll say that makes me nervous is it's, that they announced, or I've heard through a leak, that, the 10th generation is coming in 2026. And I'm like, are we gonna run into another situation again where you're rushing games to put out multiple games in a year?
Yeah, 1 or 2 a year
Right,
just
this is the first
isn't the
time
right
that we've
call.
had a 2 or 3-year gap that we're hoping it's a good game, but if you're working on Generation 10 at the same time, is it gonna also run like crap? Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, when I heard that, I'm like, "Are you for real? Can we just have a game to enjoy for a while? Do you always have to, like, do a bait and switch all the time?"
I think that, yeah, to like, the Pokemon machine never ends, okay? It is just so boom,
Mm.
boom, boom.
Yeah.
Here's the next thing and the next thing because
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep the kids addicted,
Yeah.
right? But like, I'm almost through Silk Song, and to that game's credit, it took like 8 years to make, and it shows. Like, it is so polished. And if
Mm.
they did that with Pokemon, they would make, without a doubt, the best video game of all time.
Yeah,
But they just won't do it
they won't
because
do
they
it,
can't
dude.
take that break.
I feel like they're stuck on the target audience being 8-year-olds, and they think that the attention span isn't gonna make them wait that long for a new game, and they're gonna lose their audience, and it's not true. Their audience is us.
Yeah,
We
we have
grown
been
adults are
there
their audience,
since
and
the
they
beginning, Nintendo.
yes, and they don't act like it, and I don't get it, like, forget the kids.
No,
We
you
play
know
the
that we have
games, they don't play
actual
the
brain
games.
damage? You know that we have actual brain damage? Because they discovered that, like, if you grew up with Pokemon, there's a specific region of your hippocampus that forms just for Pokemon and remembering
I
Pokemon. So we have actual brain damage, Nintendo, and you're still not taking advantage of me.
we have the
Listen!
war wounds, the battle
Yes,
scars, it's ours, they're ours. No, that's so
I've
funny,
put in the
actually, I didn't
time.
hear that. Yeah, they're disrespectful, actually, for that, and it'll never make me it'll never not make me upset.
Well, but are we giving ourselves enough credit? Or even if we're saying that this demographic is the audience, does this audience have the patience to sit back for 5 to 10 years for a Pokemon game to come out that's amazing?
Yeah,
Or are the majority of these people like, "No, I want 2 or 3 a year."
I don't think so because I don't think so because we're the generation that has waited for games our whole life. Not Pokemon, but like if we can do it for other series, we could do it for this one. Pokemon just thinks that's the only model that'll work. And that's what's so frustrating is like we do wait for games to come out. Every series that you
Mm,
love takes years for the next game to come out. That's not new, you know?
that's true. I mean,
And I didn't
look at
play
my
every
Dark Souls
Pokemon game.
experience.
I took my own break in those middle years from a lot of them, you know? So it's like, I'm sure people would be upset about it as well, for sure. And there are going to be some people that aren't as interested also, but I have more faith in our generation than that, that I feel like if it was for the game we wanted and they could promise it was the game we want and the game we deserve, we would wait.
I
We
love
would
your
wait.
heart.
Thanks, man.
You're a good person because I'm like, I'm sitting here like, no. These, I'm like, the majority of people in my brain are like, no, I need the Pokemon now. I need to have more cards to open. I need to have more games to play. Content, content, content.
That's
Like,
funny, man. That's
I know, but I don't know. You
no.
know me. You've known me long enough that I'm like, my faith just has declined
Yeah.
so rapidly through the
Yeah, it's
years.
gone. It's gone. No, I
Oh,
get it.
guys.
I get it. That's so funny. Oh
No, you
man.
bring out
Okay.
the goodness in me.
So to wrap that up, before we pass the sugar, I think we need to pass the sugar a little bit.
Yeah, I think we
But
do
just to
too.
wrap up, Mega Evolutions, Nintendo, Pokemon, do better and don't let us down. We have less than a month since until this game comes out. Like, please, please.
I swear, if you come back and you're like, no, it's so much fun, I'm gonna eat all my words. But
I
for
hope I
right now,
can.
I'm saying I don't have any iota of a like belief that this game will run properly, will play properly, will like not be glitchy. If you if you can get through 20 hours without falling through a floor, I might buy it.
What about Pokemon spawning in the middle of battles that aren't the one you're battling?
Oh, if there's insane pop in, I think you could probably count me out.
Oh my gosh.
Let's pass this sugar,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
last week we talked about a series that we were going to be starting, which is a Star Wars rewatch. Um, I think it's really important to just recap our watch order because
Mm,
we're watching it in in the Garrett order because a lot of people will be like, you got to start with the original trilogy, or you have to start with the prequels and just watch in chronological order. There's no right or wrong way to watch Star Wars.
mm.
This is just how I watch it because it's most structured like an anime if I watch it
Heck
this way.
yeah, dude. Heck
So
yeah.
that's why we did it, and that's why I hope that you can see that flow by the end, the big picture of why we're watching it this way. Okay. So we started with Rogue One, and that's what we'll be discussing today, and then we're going into the original trilogy. We're starting with A New Hope and then Empire.
Mm-hmm.
And then, spoiler alert, Empire ends with Han Solo getting frozen in carbonite and Darth Vader saying that Luke, that he's Luke's father.
No
And
way.
so we then anime flashback to watch Solo and get Han Solo's backstory. And then 1, 2, and 3, so we get Darth Vader's backstory. And then we
Mm,
end with 6. And if the series is doing well, here's my deal with you, audience, okay?
okay.
Because
Let's
I
hear it.
said the same thing last week, I think. If the series is doing well and you guys are enjoying yourselves and talking Star Wars with us in a good way, and then if you really want to see me suffer, then we'll watch 7, 8, and 9. Uh, but I am
He
not
hates
planning
7, 8,
on
and
watching
9.
7, 8, and 9. I'm gonna do
He hates
everything
them.
I can to weasel myself out of 7, 8, and 9 because I don't I I just said I had brain damage. I don't think I could handle more. So, and that would definitely give it to me.
Oh, fair. Fair enough, man.
Yeah. So that's our watch order for Star Wars.
Yeah.
But like I said, we started with Rogue One and Trey. Before we get into it, I'd like you to share your experience with Star Wars. What's your experience level with Star Wars for our audience? Because this is a long commitment
It
rewatch.
is. So my experience with Star Wars. honestly and truly, is I've seen all the movies maybe one time. Maybe one time.
Okay.
I know I've seen them all, and they were never in a particular order, and they weren't even around the same time as each other. They were very separate. So, like, full storyline, I'd fail a quiz, truthfully. I know big moments, but that's about it. So this is kind of almost a first watch for me, and especially as an adult, and that makes me really excited for this series to build an opinion.
Jump. Yeah, and I'm a Star Wars degenerate. I've watched Star Wars 2 times every year since I was a kid. I had the original trilogy on VHS. Those were some of my most played tapes of all time. I saw every single prequel movie in theaters. Revenge of the Sith was one of the greatest movie experiences of my life. I can't wait to get to that movie. We can
Me
talk about it.
too. Me too.
But yeah, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I'm the best kind of
Mhm.
Star Wars fan because Star Wars, real Star Wars fans hate Star Wars. So we're gonna have some fun. I definitely have my opinions, and I'm excited to share them with you, especially since this is such a fresh watch for you.
Definitely. And our opinions are going to be so different. At first, at least at first, I feel like I'm excited to get to the end of the series to see how I feel versus how you feel just off of how
Uh-huh.
long you've experienced this series and what things we agree on and what things we don't. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited. So with that, I did watch Rogue One. I started the
Yep. So did
watch.
I.
Um and we're going to talk about it a little bit. So,
Yes.
go ahead, my friend. What you got?
Let's
What you
see.
got for me?
So first, I want to know, like, what were your overall feelings about the movie? Did you find it enjoyable or unwatchable?
It was enjoyable. It was good.
Okay, on the
I
good
think
side.
being made in 2016 helped.
You liked that it was like a more modern
I
movie.
did, I did. I know it's a prequel chronologically, but I liked it, and I felt like it helped the plot along.
It helped the plot along. Well, you're gonna have to expand on that.
I just feel like character design and choices that they could make for the characters work better with the technology they had in 2016 versus when the original movies were being made. I mean, I felt like it took away from some of the campiness, but in a good way, to where the scenes were cooler because
Uh-huh.
there was like new stuff to work with. And I'm sure that's a hot take, and that's okay.
No, I understand what you're saying, and in the scenario of Rogue One, which is more of like a military style movie
Yeah,
in the first place,
yeah.
I can see what you're saying in that like that it fits taking out some of the campiness.
Yeah, I
Um,
also feel like so much of it is shot in a town and around buildings, and there wasn't as much of like, "Ooh, look at this pretty planet scene, like space scene." There wasn't a ton of that to
that's the
where
entire third act.
uh,
That's the entire ending of the movie.
I
Is the
mean
space battle above,
yeah, but
which is
then, like
this is the best part.
but there's, like, a huge scene of them, like, crashing the plane and stuff, like, there's a lot of things where if it doesn't look good, it would stick out really bad. And
Mm.
I'm glad they were at least be able to shoot on sets that looked really good to where it didn't get stagnant if they stayed there for a prolonged period of time.
I think I get what you're saying. Like parts of the movie, like for example, when the Death Star goes off on Jedha.
Yeah.
Um, that is the planet, right? I don't
Yes.
remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I couldn't remember it
Yeah.
either. I'm glad you said it because
Well, I
I
hope
couldn't
I'm right.
remember the name.
But it like that whole sequence of the laser coming down, blowing up
Mm,
the entire thing, the Earth coming apart as they're flying away.
yeah,
Like, that
yeah.
couldn't have been shot in the original movies.
No.
Like, yeah,
And
I see
that
what you're saying.
that made me almost emotional.
Are
Like,
you almost emotional?
yeah, that was a big
Oh,
scene.
buddy, that's one of my favorite scenes of the movie because it
Yeah.
starts with the destruction happening, and it's so loud. Everything's falling apart. Everyone's panicked and running, and everything's breaking apart. And then it cuts back to the Death Star watch deck, and
Mm.
Krennic is standing there,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's dead
yeah.
silent, and you just see the, like, cloud of
Mhm,
what they just
mhm.
did, and he goes, "Oh, it's
It's
beautiful."
beautiful,
And
yeah,
is that, like,
dude.
not one of the most evil scenes that you've ever seen?
No,
Like,
it was
where they
awful.
like, to them, it's admirable and, like,
Yes.
amazing what they just did,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
just killed so many
It's a
people.
test. It's a test, and they're like,
Mhm, yeah, it's
"Wow,
just a test
look at
too,
what
there's
we
not even,
did.
like they're just messing around.
It's the Bikini
They're like,
Islands, bro."
where do you wanna blow it up? I don't know, let's
I
go
don't
to
know, let's go Jedha.
Jeddah."
No, the part that I remember in theaters from that scene, and it goes right along with this, is, um, the mushroom cloud to start in Jeddah, and then the ripple. That initial ripple literally feels like you're gonna get blown out of your seat. Like, I
Yeah.
loved that shot. I thought that was such a cool shot, and, like, the angle they got it from was such a cool choice. Um, and
So
it was
here's where I'm at,
very
though.
mhm. Yeah.
Here's where I'm at, though, because you're bringing up kind of a problem I have with Rogue One.
Interesting.
I really like Rogue One, okay? I put it near the top of my list all the time. My Star Wars list fluctuates, like, with the wind because, I feel like my opinions on those movies are fluid.
Mm.
But Rogue One, I usually rank very high, right?
Yeah, 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 I knew that.
Um, but you have such an amazing scene like that happen, and then it's followed up directly by Forrest Whitaker going, "No, go on without me. I'm done fighting."
Yeah.
I like I hate scenes like that in movies. Just go with them. What do you mean? No, you save the rebellion,
My
save the
time has
dream.
come. Yeah.
Yeah.
My
Oh
fight
my
is over.
god. But, like, it's not just that I hate the dialogue of, like, what that means because I hate scenes like that. I
Yeah.
hate Forrest Whitaker's performance as Saw Gerrera, like, he gives the most breathy, like, "Hey, child, when I knew you," I'm like, I hate listening to it, and I don't know, man. I'm sorry, I just his whole character and that whole part of the movie where they go to him is bad. I think it's
Yeah.
boring, and,
Yeah.
like, I don't everything leading up to them exploding it is not my favorite.
It's not that good. It's not great.
Like, but that's the
Is it
thing with Rogue
written
One is that the juxtaposition is always, like, good, bad,
Yeah.
good, bad,
Bad.
good again, not good.
Bad again. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I feel about it, at least, like, the pacing of that movie is kind of all over the place, but in my opinion, and I wanna know your take on this,
Mhm.
I think Rogue One has probably one of the best 3rd acts of all of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as they go to Scarif to steal the
Mhm.
Death Star plans,
Mhm.
thumbs ups all around,
Yeah.
you guys did it, good movie.
It was
I
good.
forgot about all that other stuff, good
Yeah.
job, high fives.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the scene on, like, the crane thing where she has to
Mhm,
climb up there to get the plans, and she's stuck
yeah,
out there,
yeah.
that's a really good scene, for sure. You
Yeah,
had the edge of your
I think
seat.
that,
I like
like,
that scene a
you
lot.
go straight into, like, adventure movie mode again in that
Totally.
3rd act where, like, the first 2 are kind of like, "I don't know what this movie is. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of a movie are we going for?"
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
the 3rd act, I'm like, "This is Star Wars because it's actually
Yeah.
fun."
Yeah.
Like
No, for sure. I just feel like I mean, it was good for someone watching it like myself and maybe because it was, like, Disney's first. It was Disney's first, right?
No,
No? Rogue One wasn't?
The Force Awakens was
Oh,
first.
you're right, you're right. Okay, scratch that then. I just feel like there was a lot of buildup and a lot of context and a lot of backstory that led to that 3rd act that for someone who was coming into it without a lot of Star Wars knowledge, it was good. I felt like I was included, and I feel like that's a choice for making a broader audience able to watch it on its own, in a way. But it did leave some boring parts for sure that, like, the 3rd act picked up a lot, and
Because
it
the
did feel
3rd
like 2
act
different
is
movies.
sweet,
No, it's
dude.
good, but it's what you were waiting for. Like, the
Yes.
suspense and the juxtaposition of, like, they're so confident in the Death Star, but we know that there's this plan that can destroy it. Let's go get it, you know? And finally, it's like, okay, we're getting it, and it was sick. But they definitely took their time in setting up the third act, and it's a long movie.
It
To feel
is
that way, it's
well,
a long movie.
it's not necessarily that long, but it plays long, you know? It
Mhm,
feels
mhm,
long.
mhm.
And the best movies for me are 3-hour-long movies that feel like I sat down for, like, 90 minutes
Yeah,
because
totally.
you're so, like, engrossed in it the whole time,
Yeah,
but this movie does feel long,
you
if you
felt
ask
it.
me.
You feel it,
Yeah.
absolutely. Um,
Um, how do you feel about Krennic? Because Krennic I love as a villain.
I'm can I talk about Krennic and then lead into a Darth Vader?
Sure,
Please.
and I wanna hear about Tarkin as well, because we're gonna get more of Tarkin in A New Hope,
Mhm.
and, I love him, but I hate him in Rogue One because of I wanna know, did the shitty CGI recreation of a dead person get you? Did you see that?
I did, I did. I wanna know, and I'm excited to see how Tarkin looks in other movies because Leia was kinda similar in that, but I know what Leia
Ooh,
looks
the
like.
audience just saw me
I
make a
know what she
face, but
looks
you
like.
you continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said something and I was like, "Hmm, yep,
Yeah.
movies, plural."
Yeah.
Like, okay, continue.
That's funny. I'm excited to see what he looks like originally because I don't know
There
enough
you
of what
go.
he looks like to be like, "Oh my god, that's bad," the same way that I could with Leia. But I could tell
Oh,
it was
yeah, because
bad, I just don't know how bad yet, but I'm
Leia's
excited.
face looks like rubber at the end of that movie. Every time that she turns to the camera and goes, "Hope," yeah, I always laugh. I'm like, "That
Yeah.
just looks so bad,
No,
dude."
dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. Okay, so Krennic
Yes.
opinions. Krennic, I love because like, okay. Krennic to me is like a Commander Zhao to
Oh, yeah,
me.
that's a great comparison from Avatar.
Like, yes, he's and the only reason I feel this way is because Darth Vader is in it also. He's a
Yeah,
big fish
because
in a
he's the
small
Fire Lord.
pond, but in his big fish moments, he is something to be reckoned with. In his moments where he's top dog in the room, watch out, bro. Watch out. But I also love, and this is kind of getting into actually, Krennic had some quotes like, it's beautiful, right? Like, Rogue
Yeah.
One, something I love, and I know it's a big Star Wars thing, the one-liners, there's a couple in there that are really good, and they
"This
made
is
my notes
my
for sure.
achievement!"
Yes,
Where he yells
yes,
at Tarkin on the deck.
yes. And, okay, hierarchy-wise, Tarkin is above Krennic.
Sorry, say that again?
Hierarchy-wise, is Tarkin, like does he
Oh, yeah.
oversee Krennic? Right, okay,
Yeah,
I thought so.
Dude, Tarkin's above Darth Vader in rank.
Wow.
Like, he tells Darth Vader what to do.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. Okay, so that's a big scene for Krennic because that's like his boss's boss, and I love that for him. When he gets confidence, he lets it fly. However, it underscored, especially because of where Darth Vader is in the hierarchy in this whole thing, it underscores how much of a badass Darth Vader is and how cool he is because he'll spit in Krennic's face if he has the opportunity and won't blink about it, and it's the only person that Krennic is forced to respect because he can't do anything about him. And he
What
wants
I
to,
love
but he
about the
can't.
Darth Vader Krennic scene is that you know that Darth Vader is pretty much talking like that to everyone. Like,
Yes.
because he's not, like, treating Krennic poorly
No.
because he's Krennic. He
No.
just is actually that mean, like,
Yeah,
to
and
everyone.
he's like, "Do something about it." Like,
Yeah.
"Who are you?" You know, like, he really doesn't care, and that's why the "Don't choke on your aspirations" line has so many layers to it, because he could care less about his career achievements and the hierarchy, but he knows that Krennic, it's his whole world. It's his whole life. And that's
Well,
what makes it
also
hit so hard.
Darth Vader does not give a shit about killing his own men.
No.
I'll let you count how many promotions happen in Empire Strikes Back because that's my favorite part. Like every time it cuts back to Darth Vader, he's just like, okay, next guy, please, come on, like someone competent, come to the table, like
He's so sassy. He's so sassy. And it's my favorite
yeah,
thing about him. Like, he's the best, man.
He's
Darth
no,
Vader's the
so
man.
there was actually a big complaint about that Krennic scene because of the sarcasm and the jokes, the "don't choke on your own aspirations." People were like, "Darth Vader wouldn't say that." Yeah, he would, dude,
Yes, he
like,
would. Yes, he
in
would.
Empire Strikes Back, he makes sarcastic jokes all the time about just, like, there's a whole scene with Lando where he's like, "That wasn't a part of the deal," and he's like, "I'm altering the conditions of the deal." Like, it just like, he is sassy, he's
He's
funny.
sassy, dude, and he knows that he's the biggest dog in the race. He knows no one can touch him, and you're like,
I'm
"Who
sorry, do
could?"
you have the magical ability to
Right.
choke someone from a
Right.
distance?
Without even looking, dude. No hand movement, just
Yeah.
silhouette.
Just
Like,
aura.
mwah.
Just
Oh, yeah, dude. Tremble in fear. I'm not like he's Rick. He's Rick from Rick and Morty. He's just like he does not care about anyone or anything. It's his agenda all the time, and no one can say anything about it. And I love that. And I love the power struggle in Krennic's mind between him and Krennic because it bothers Krennic so much, you can tell. And he just like he has like he's gonna die if he says another
well,
word.
that's what makes that scene good for Krennic
Mm,
is, like, you see Krennic likes to come off as, like, the bark, bark, bark guy, right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
But in that same scene with Darth Vader, he goes like, "So, am I still in charge?" But it's all, like, meek and like,
Yeah,
"Am I in charge?"
yeah.
And Darth Vader's like, "Yeah, dude, you just go do it."
Yeah. Yeah. That's so funny, dude.
Um,
So good. So yeah, Krennic's the man. I love his big moments, but I also love his overall character. I'm excited to see
"We
his
were
character
this
arc.
close to greatness." I
Yeah.
love that bit in the
Yeah.
beginning.
No, I'm excited to see him in other movies just because I feel like his character changes depending on the room he's in, and it's very interesting.
Krennic in other movies?
Oh, you're right.
I was like, "Maybe you didn't finish the movie."
No, I did. I absolutely did.
Um Yeah, the Death Star does blow up that
Yes.
planet at
Yes.
the end. So,
The whole thing.
that's funny. What were your thoughts on the character of Cassian Andor? Because he does have his own TV show,
Yes.
and it is not a part of this rewatch.
Yes.
However, if you did enjoy your time here, Andor is a ridiculously good show, and we could at some point try to go revisit it, but
Yeah.
what did you think initially of his character from just seeing Rogue One?
Actually, I have a note, and
Uh-huh.
and it's 3 words.
Uh-huh.
And it's Andor is annoying. He
Annoying.
annoyed me in this movie.
Really?
Yes, and
What
for a
annoyed you about
specific
Andor?
reason. Okay, I l you're meant to like his character in the end because he, like, comes to and he is, like ends up being the good guy that you know he is deep down, and he had this shell on, right, the whole movie. But the shell was annoying, and that's why I'm interested in watching the show, because I want to see where that comes from, and I feel like I'll respect him more and like him more once I see that, but seeing it for the first time without context on him, I'm like, "Shut up, dude." Like, don't go up.
I've been in this fight since I was 6 years
Right.
old.
Don't go up there to assassinate my father and freeze on the trigger, right? And then turn around in a scene and be like, "No, I care about you. Don't go. I'm coming with you." Shut up. No, you don't. And be a man and tell me to my face that you were gonna kill my father. Don't drop it and act like I don't know, like, "Oh, now you wanna be Mr. Nice
The
Man? Now you
the
wanna be
good guy.
empathetic?" Mm-mm. If you're gonna
You'll
be
see
you're gonna talk about
there's
it, be about it. Come on.
I think that it does fit. They've done a good job of going backwards, obviously, because Andor happens before Rogue One
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
he gets exploded at the end.
Yeah.
Uh, but they did a good job of going backwards and making it fit like the person that Cassian is in Rogue One.
Mm.
Yeah, Cassian, I think that they did a good job of going backwards and fleshing out his character in the show to fit who he is in Rogue One. But in Rogue One, I like his character. I like it fine. He's not my favorite of the group, but that's because K2SO exists. And I
Yeah.
think that he is one of, if not the best droid in Star Wars. What are your thoughts? Let's pivot. Pivot.
You're gonna hate all of my takes. Um,
You
Okay,
didn't like K2SO?
so so compared to the other droids, I don't disagree that he'll probably be the best droid in the series. His character is fine. His character is fine. He's
Congratulations, you are being rescued
yeah.
after he slams her to the fucking ground.
They're just like I don't know. His his preppy arrogance and sarcasm didn't always land for me. There were some moments that are actually funny that made me laugh, and he made me laugh the most for sure.
I love it
But
when you say things that are foreshadowing for future things that, like, you just put words in your own mouth, and just you wait until we see Solo.
fair. No, I'm excited. This is why we're doing this.
I know,
Because
because I can see the future,
yeah,
and you're
and I
sitting here
can't.
like,
I'm just like
"Here are my
blah blah
thoughts right
blah.
now," and I
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Oh, that's funny.
no, dude! Like just like little things. Like we're literally crashing a spaceship right now. Do you want to
Uh-huh.
hear the probability that we'll make it? No. Shut up and help. Somebody help. What are you talking about? I can't escape now. I can't go back
Somebody
now.
help!
Yeah.
Somebody help!
Like, can you help me, please? I
You wanna
don't
know
need
our
that right
chances of
now.
dying?
Yeah. Like there were just moments
No!
that I was like, I want to kick your face in right now.
Oh my
Is what I want.
gosh.
That's the
Yeah, that's
probability
so
that I want
funny.
to know.
Ah, man. Let's see, what about, Donnie Yen's character? I love Donnie Yen as a performer because he is, like, a excellent martial artist. Have you seen, IP Man?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. You know
okay.
me, man.
He's a Huh?
Martial
I
arts
know
to the
you,
grade. You know me.
you got
Yeah,
respect for the martial arts,
for
and so
sure.
what did you think of this was his first time playing a blind like kung fu artist because he
Mm,
does the same thing in John Wick 4, but if we ever watch that movie, I'll let you
yeah.
know. But I love John Wick 4. But I just thought it was funny. I was like, if I had a nickel for every time I was a blind martial artist, I'd have two
I'd
nickels,
have
which isn't a lot,
2
but it's weird
nickels.
that it happened twice, right?
No, I loved his character as well,
Yeah.
and the quote I wrote down on my notes, quote, I wrote on my notes was,
Shut
"I
up.
am with the Force and the Force is with me."
Yeah, I
Um,
say that all the time.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
one of
for
my
sure.
most quoted Star Wars lines is
No,
I'm
it's
one with
good.
the Force is with me.
It's good, and, the fact that he says it a lot, but he says it with so much conviction every time, you never get tired of it. Like, you believe it because he believes it, and you easily couldn't have if he didn't
So
play that so well.
did you understand his order, the wills?
I don't know if I did.
Okay, so they're like Jedi adjacent,
Yeah,
kind of like
got that. Yeah.
yeah, like they don't really have access to the Force, but I don't know from what I saw. I think that the Force was with him, a little bit, and
Mhm.
like it gave him some help when he needed it. But it's
Yeah.
because of this belief. They're like almost like Jedi worshippers in a way. I
Yeah.
hope I'm not talking too much out of my ass. My real Star Wars fans out there are gonna be like, actually, the wheels, like, and I'm
But you know
never
what,
gonna
y'all?
hear the end of it.
We're here for that. Put us
Yeah,
on. We're here for
I
that.
know, bring it on.
Let us
I did a
know.
whole D&D Star Wars campaign for a year, and it was so much fun, and, like, I have Star Wars knowledge, but even then, there were things that I was reading in those books and stuff where I was like, "Well, this is all just made up bullshit." But I just
Yeah. No, I don't know. I did kinda catch that, like, he obviously wasn't an actual Jedi,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
did seem like there was something
But they
going
were
on.
like a actual organization like the Jedi with temples and places that they could congregate, and after the Empire took over, obviously a lot of those people are dead.
Mm.
So, like, the fact that he's still there is, I think, really cool.
Was
Like,
Jedha one of their hideouts, or did he just happen to be
I think
there?
that was the temple of the, like, will
Okay, I thought
was
that
that a
too.
Jedi temple that they went to where Forest Whitaker was? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think because no one knew where Scar was. I think that was just his hideout, but it just happened to be on Jeddah.
Yeah.
Saw
Um
Gerrera.
Yeah, I love, his character though, and, his relationship with his buddy.
Yeah, yeah,
I dude, you know what? That's the other thing about Rogue One is that as far as, like, your team up movie goes, I don't know their names, I don't care to learn their names correctly. Like, they're in the movie once, and then they all die at the end. Like, I'm
yeah.
like, "You know what? I still rank Rogue One really high. I like Rogue One."
My
I
first
don't know
note on
the
Rogue One was it should be called Everybody Dies. Don't get
Yeah.
emotional attachments because they're gonna be ripped away from you, but I don't feel like that took away from the movie. If anything, I feel like it was it was good the way it was. Like, we didn't need
Well,
those
they
characters in
all
future
have to
movies.
die at the end of
Yeah.
that movie because they're not in the original trilogy
Right.
ever mentioned or
Right.
as characters, and if they did something as important as stealing the Death Star plans and lived, we would have seen them in the original
Mhm.
trilogy.
Mhm.
So their logic was, if we didn't see them in the originals, they all have to die.
Yeah. Everybody
Which,
has to
you know,
die.
yeah, I think it works, and it leads into a great ending to Star Wars. Can we again just talk about how scary Darth Vader is?
Yeah. Let's do that.
He's terrifying, dude. As soon
Dude.
as the lightsaber comes on and the
Mhm.
music goes, all those people are toast.
Dude, and we were talking about after I watched it just briefly one of the scenes with him where he kills all those people and just like the different ways he does it in that hallway are just like so cool and they did such a good job and took such a good amount of time to design those and make them look awesome. Like,
He is an unstoppable force of terror, and
yeah.
I think that Darth Vader, if you're talking about best villains in fiction of all
Mm,
time and you don't talk about Darth Vader, you're having a problem because
yeah,
like he's that good.
he's that good.
And that scene, my favorite part, dude, of him massacring all of them is he takes a guy with the force and puts him up to the ceiling, which was probably already enough
Yeah.
to do something. And then he's walking under him and he just flicks his lightsaber backwards and cuts him in half as he's walking underneath him. It's like, to us, it looks awesome, like he's mowing these people down. In his head, he's probably like, "Can I just get on with this?"
Yeah.
Like, he, like, does it's like a Tuesday for him. He's like, "Okay,
Yeah.
alright, I'll kill you by" that was, I think, one of the first times we've also seen it where most of the time he uses, like, 2 fingers to choke someone,
Yeah.
and, like, it just kind of chokes them. In this movie, when he's mowing down these people, he lifts a guy up and crushes his whole hand and
Yeah,
throws him
dude.
away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, ew, you can feel it."
Yeah, you could, and the sound effect was really good too. And, I loved when he gets the door open because the amount
Mhm.
of ways he could have opened that door that wasn't stabbing through someone and the shot of the
Yeah.
initial jab being from behind him to where in my mind I was like, "Oh, he stabbed him and then he's going to like rip the door open." And then to have an immediate 180 flip to see his lightsaber through the door, I'm like, "Oh my god, he made a kebab."
Yeah.
I'm like, "That's
Just went right through him.
crazy." Threw him through the door and then got the door open. I was like, "That's crazy." That
Okay,
was
but
so
see,
good.
ready? That scene, good. Next scene, hope,
Hope.
bad.
Bad.
You just get a
Bad.
bad taste in your mouth. And that's Rogue One, dude.
Oh.
That I think sums it up for me, talking about Rogue One
Same,
on our
same.
feelings. But
I think we
Trey,
touched all the
so
points.
we're watching 8 movies. I think we went through Rogue One pretty well there as far as our feelings, things we liked about it, things we didn't like.
Yeah, definitely,
Um, we're
definitely.
watching 8 movies, and for your purposes, well,
Mm,
I don't think that my Rogue One ranking is really gonna change. I'm not gonna, like, give it a number today because I
mm,
know where my, like, list stands.
yeah,
And so it's more interesting to me to compare my list to yours when we reach the end of this journey.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
I
I can
agree.
yell at you about your dumbass takes. Because, uh, but for now, without having seen the other 7 on this list, where would you put Rogue One out of 8? And also give it a ranking out of 10 if you feel like that. I don't know. Well,
Okay,
you could do it either way, but
I'm gonna go
or
with
both.
my gut on this one because I wrote down my ranking and I'm not gonna change it, even though it's
Okay.
been a couple days since.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
I
My
wrote
arguments haven't swayed you in any way? Like, after the conversation, you're not like, How do I feel about this number?
Okay, so originally, I will say it went up a little bit. It went up a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll say that my original ranking off rip was 7.5 out of 10.
Okay, that's a high score.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's good. I could lean towards an 8 after our conversation, but I think it's a good movie. And this kind of goes along with my where I'm going to put it on the leaderboard for now. I know I've seen Star Wars movies that I like more. And it's been some
Yeah,
years,
okay.
so I'm going to give it a 7.5. I think I'm going to stick there. And in terms of out of the 8 movies, mm, I think I'm going to put it third.
Third.
I
That's a
s-
high ranking.
It is. And I say that because can I think of two Star Wars movies that I've seen that I think are better? Yes. I can't think of 3, but I think that's just because I haven't
Okay.
seen them enough to
Uh-huh, I
to
like
be
that logic,
confident
dude.
about 3. So I'm gonna say
Yeah.
2. Yeah, I could find 2 that I like better. Maybe not 3, but I think that might change. I don't know. But it's 3 for now. I'm putting it
It's
third.
3 for now, and I'm not gonna hold you to it on that scale. You can hold yourself to the 7.5, but
Okay.
if you come across as our journey continues, if you're like, "You know what? I ended up loving this movie, and I'm bumping Rogue One out of the 3rd spot into
Mhm.
spot 5 or something and putting this one up at
Yeah,
3,"
yeah.
you're allowed to do that.
Yeah. No, and that's why it's going where it's going because I'm sure there is a chance that I'll like other movies more. I just don't know them well enough to say that today. But but yeah, we'll see how that goes. That
Excellent.
was a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, then I'm really excited that we are moving into A New Hope next week because
Yeah,
Rogue One's ending leads directly into A New Hope's beginning, and so it's gonna feel like it just continued. Okay?
sounds fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, and your first dip into the original trilogy.
Yeah,
Now,
it'll be a
Trey,
good time.
let's pass the sugar real quick, and I'll
Okay.
I'll keep it brief because we've had this is a longer run podcast today.
Yeah, definitely. And thank
Um,
you guys for sticking with us. I hope you're having a good time. I know we're
Yeah,
having a good
definitely. If
time.
you're
So
enjoying the podcast, I guess now's a good time to plug. Like, leave us a like, leave us a follow, leave us a comment. We've been engaging with everyone on TikTok, and it's been a really good time. Just actually extending this conversation to you guys, and
definitely.
it's like we get to just podcast all day.
Yeah, yeah, and you guys have been awesome so far. That have commented and have taken part in the polls and things like that. It's really cool. It's really fun to hear you guys' opinions. You guys have had good takes, and I'm excited to see more as time goes on and as we talk about different stuff.
And I'm sure that those bad takes will catch up eventually.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, let's see. So, Trey, you think that this last segment is going to be me talking about Silk Song again?
I do. That's what we discussed.
That's not what this last segment's going to be about. Because last night I watched one of the most horrible dog shit movies I've ever seen in my life,
Let's
and I
do it.
have to talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I
What we
know
got?
that you haven't seen this movie, so you're not gonna be able to, like I just want to get your reaction based off of my description of this movie because you don't need to put yourself through this one, okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay.
This is a strong
Last
take.
night last night last night I watched Amazon Prime's War of the Worlds starring Ice Cube.
Oh my god. That's a thing?
So you know nothing about
No.
this movie.
How old is
Okay.
this movie?
This came out, like, maybe a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month
No,
ago
wait,
or
no,
something,
I
right?
know
Like
absolutely nothing.
yeah, no, this is a new 2025 brought to you by Amazon Prime movie, and I'm gonna say that a lot because
Okay,
there are so many things that happen in this movie that are like, "You know
uh,
what? The day
okay.
was saved because of Amazon Prime."
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy.
Okay, let's go. So, get into it, get into it.
Okay. So this is actually one of the first kinds of this kind of movie exists.
Mm,
But I've never watched this kind of movie because I thought it was stupid when they first started making these kind of movies, and I still think they're stupid.
yeah, yeah.
And this is a inside a computer screen movie. Like, have you ever seen the trailers or something for Unfriended, where the whole thing's on a Zoom call and, like, people are getting killed and, like,
Oh,
that kinda stuff?
oh, they're doing a War of the World
That's
they
what
did a
this
War of the
movie is.
Worlds movie? Like
Oh,
that?
for War of the Worlds, it's a inside the computer screen movie the whole time. Like, as soon as it starts, Ice Cube comes up in like a Twitch screen, like, you know, like a Twitch screen, and it looks awful, dude. And I got motion sick the second this movie started, because it's not just here's the movies, here's the computer screen, okay? It's not just here's the computer screen. It'll show the box, and then it'll be like, here's an article, zoom in. Here's one specific word in the article, zoom in. Here, here's a different window that I have open also. Swoosh, swoosh, zoom, swoosh, swoosh. The amount of edit, if I went back and tried to count how many edits happen in this movie, it's uncountable.
Yeah.
The cuts it makes me sick, dude.
Dude,
I
that's
got sick
crazy,
watching
that's
this movie.
crazy.
Like, cut, zoom, zoom, flush, flush. And then as soon as I heard, because this is my job, as soon as I heard the team's ringtone, I was like, I'm gonna vomit. I'm gonna vomit. I don't want to watch this movie anymore.
Yeah,
This is
that's
honestly.
awful. Why would they choose
Why
an
are you giving me
actual
PTSD
sound? Yeah,
in
like,
this movie?
pick a different notification sound, we get it.
No, you know how I like to unwind from my 9 to 5 of being on my computer and having to answer Zoom and Teams calls,
What's
is
that?
sitting down and watching a movie where he answers Zooms and Teams calls, and I just it's awful, dude. And you know
Oh,
what? If you're gonna make a big movie like this, and you're like, the whole thing takes place on a computer screen, we really need an actor that can do great facial expressions. Ice Cube's not your
no.
guy, dude. Ice Cube can do one face. Yeah, I'm just doing a frown. But
Never.
he
This
looks
one.
he looks confused and perplexed and semi-angry the whole time. Okay? There's no like
We all know the face. We all know the
okay, but
face.
here's what I'm gonna say. I think maybe Ice Cube could have stepped up to the plate and given a good performance,
Mm.
but he probably got told, "Okay, Ice Cube, you're gonna sit in one seat and you're gonna kind of pretend like you're clicking around and saying a
Yeah.
bunch of mumbo jumbo, and you're not gonna move or do anything." And he was like, "Oh, okay, it's that kind of movie. I'm not
Got
gonna
it.
do my best at all."
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if that was his best, Ice Cube, buddy,
But,
hang
like,
it up.
at what point do you say something while you're filming? Is it because it's Ice Cube that you just let him continue to do that?
This goes back to our previous conversation about, do you know how many people have to say yes to something
Yeah,
for it to happen in
yeah.
this world? So many people were just like,
Looks good.
"That was a good take, Ice Cube. That was a good take. This is gonna be a good movie, dude. This is gonna be a good movie. I can feel it. Jeff Bezos really wants us to put this character as an Amazon driver, and also he's gonna fly an Amazon drone, and he's gonna say it's the future of delivery, and brought to you by Amazon Prime." And
So we
and
had an
dude, there's a
ad mid-movie?
there's
We
a
had an
whole
Amazon ad?
segment of the movie where it cuts to him like, "I'm gonna fly this drone and deliver this USB drive to you, and I'm gonna save the day." And then he goes to fly the drone, and it's like weaving through the alien monsters and and it's just like doing all of this stuff, and I'm like, that thing probably flies like this in real life. It's like
They have
no.
those, don't they? Didn't they
The
test
racing
those in, like,
drones?
UK? Yeah.
He said it's the future of delivery. Or do you want your little ceramic like,
Be
I got
doing
this little
backflips,
collector's item.
and it comes just destroyed, and they're like,
Just shredded to bits. Like, he's gone through trees. Like, there's bird feathers on it, like, he just windmills, we don't need to worry about windmills. The drones are gonna kill all the birds.
and then the box says fragile on it.
Yeah,
With the fragile tape on it.
and I'm just saying,
Uh,
but that scene it was like one of those like POVs of a roller coaster
Yeah, yeah,
kind of
yeah,
things,
yeah,
and I was just like the whole time that it was
yeah.
happening.
That's terrible. Oh my
My God, there
god.
was one part where Ice Cube was like, "Don't worry, daughter, I'll save you." And he starts to get up and he goes over to the door and and all three of us, me and my friends, watched this together because there's no way I would have sat through this by myself. Uh, but we go, "Oh, he's actually leaving. He's getting away from the computer." And as soon as he gets to the door, he goes, "Damn it, it's locked. I'm under lockdown. I have to get back in." And he just goes back to the scene. We're like, "Oh, never mind. He's not leaving ever."
My
Um,
chest
okay, but
hurts.
wait, I haven't even gotten into like the actual plot. Okay,
I'm
so
scared. Okay, okay,
Ice Cube works for DHS. Okay,
okay.
Department of Homeland
But
Security.
competitor.
Yeah, and his job is to sit at his computer and spy on people like that are just walking down the streets and like listening in on phone calls. And it's the way that the technology is depicted. I'm like, is it? Is this how it actually is? Because like, if it is, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But if there's one guy in a room in DHS by himself, by the way, he apparently is the only employee of DHS. Um,
There's no one else around.
he there's no one else around him the whole movie. Um,
Uh,
uh, he um abuses his power immensely to specifically spy on his children. So
wow.
it just has like his daughter's name is Faith, and so it'll be like Faith surveillance, and he clicks on that tab, and there's like her whole route of where she goes, and he's just watching her on the cameras. He hacks into her phone to read her text messages, her laptop. Like he hacked into her fridge camera and then berated her about what she was eating. I'm like, I would kill myself if he were my parent. Like, what do you mean that I have to constantly? I'm like, it cuts at one point to her house and with different camera angles all the way around. And I'm like, can a man not just jerk off in his own house like, without needing to worry about my dad watching me on the cameras?
Dude,
like, what the
the
fuck
fridge
is
scene is
that?
crazy. Like, eating disorders are a thing.
Yeah, no,
That's a
I know.
choice to put
No,
that in
it
there.
is a miracle that this person came out as like a functioning human being.
Yeah, what?
Like, you know,
That's wild.
absolutely ridiculous. But the dad is like this hyper paranoid because she's
Mhm.
pregnant and she got pregnant from like this loser boyfriend that he doesn't like. And so he's hyper vigilant right now. He's like, you know, even more watching her and spying on the boyfriend and like, and the boyfriend's the Amazon driver. They
You know what's
seriously,
so
they could have
funny? Can
at
I
any
circle
point
back?
looked at the camera. I think at one point they did something similar to this where they just looked at the camera and they were like, "Isn't Amazon just the fucking best?" Like, they might as well have said that. And I hate watching an ad for an hour and a half,
Yeah,
but
yeah, like, what's the point? What's the point of that? Don't do that. Can I
yeah,
circle
that's
back
like the
to Ice
LeBron
Cube
space
really quick?
scam, but this was like times 10.
Can I circle back to
Uh,
Ice Cube really quick?
yes,
And
go
his
back to Ice
character?
Cube.
So, it's so funny that this is the character he turned out to be, because when you brought up the single face look, my comment was going to be, he doesn't know how to play anything but somebody's angry dad. And then the more you came, I'm like, oh, they weaved it in there. They got it in there. His typecast
If
is
I
there.
had a chance to rewrite the script and keep it exactly as it is, like the entire premise as is, the only change I would make is go back and put as many puns like as I possibly could from Ice Cube. I want him to say like, "Are we there yet?" I don't know. Wake up in the morning, police at my door. I want him to say just a million different Ice Cube things. There was one scene where he said, "Move, bitch, get out of the way," and I was like, "No way, no way!" Like,
And on top of that,
I,
is Ludacris upset? That's not the
I don't know, man.
that's
I
not
don't
the
know.
Ice
That
Cube
is just,
song either.
oh,
Like, oh,
geez,
he
dude.
listens to rap. Like,
Yeah, his best friend isn't, well, I wouldn't say best friend, but like the person that's working with him the most comes up as in the context as Sarah NASA. And I'm like, but she's doing so much more than what I would expect from someone from NASA.
yeah.
Like, like she is out in the field. There's robots exploding things. She's like taking on-site like footage of things. And I'm like, dude, What are you doing? How are any of these people alive? We joked at the end, but there were several fake out deaths, and I hate, like, when plot armor just, like, takes care of business, and
Mhm.
at least one of those main characters probably should have died,
Hmm.
right? Um, and, like, they make you at the end I'm just all over the place with this review because the movie was all over the place. It was by far one of the ugliest, grossest movies I've ever had to watch because of how it was filmed. And you know what? I'm personally offended because I'm a fan of War of the Worlds. I
Yeah.
like I like the original radio broadcast. I like the book. I like the Tom Cruise movie. Like, I actually like the property of War of the Worlds. And so this was like offensive to my eyes. And
Yeah.
like I don't know. I took this very personally, as you could tell. Like,
No,
this
for
movie was
sure.
an affront to human nature. Uh, I I don't know. His son was a hacker that like was called the Disruptor and was like leaking FBI secrets. And he finds out halfway he's chasing this Disruptor guy like for half the movie, and then later he's like, "It's you, my son. You're the Disruptor." And he's like, "Yeah, Dad, but like it's all the truth. Like I'm putting out these conspiracy theories because they're true. I hacked in and I found these like documents." And later, Ice Cube tells his DHS people to like F off,
Hmm.
and he has to team up with his hacker son, and he's like, "Welcome to the rebellion, Dad." And like I don't know, dude. I think that the whole movie was like, what is the next cheesiest thing we could possibly do?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
the like biggest trope of any different thing like that we could do, and let's do it. Uh
yeah.
I
We talked about archetypes in episode
Yeah.
1, and I feel like it's showing up in regular media and live action media too, and it's just as annoying there.
It's only really annoying if it's done so poorly,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
where it's so poorly that it's so predictable.
totally,
That it's
totally.
boring, dude, like, and I'm a fan of bad movies, okay? I
Mhm.
watched all of the, like, Bruce Willis movies when he was 80 years old and losing his mind, and they were, like, just milking him for money, like, just like, "Bruce Willis, make more movies." I watched all of those, okay? There are lines from those movies that I still quote because
Oh.
I actually they stuck with me, they're funny,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's better than just a bad movie.
You can
Like
pick
I
out
say,
the
"You're
good and the
toxic, you're gonna
bad.
get me killed," all the time, and that's from
Yeah,
a bad movie. I'm a fan of bad movies. This I'm not a fan of bad, boring movies. Like, it has to be bad enough that it's funny or, like, entertaining in some way. Bad and boring, as a combination that I hate.
yeah. You love bad movies.
I have to finish this because I have to go up and watch Jack.
No, you're good, you're good.
Yeah,
You were talking about how you love bad movies,
okay.
and you're willing to watch bad movies and find, like, the good lines and stuff in bad movies. So it's not that it's just a bad movie, it's just that the tropes are overdone, and
Yeah, I think
they're
I'll just
it's
leave it
not
with
good.
this though, which is, that this movie's not worth it. Like, as if you hear it's a bad movie, guess what? It is, but it's not a bad movie in a way where, like, you gotta watch it. It's
Yeah,
bad in like a dude, it's so bad.
just
Please
don't.
just stay away. That movie sucks. I can't believe that it had 2 stars on Prime. I'm like, you know what?
Wow.
Jeff Bezos is in the office just clicking like over and over again, and to try to get that number up, it's only at 2 stars just from Jeff Bezos.
His assistant does nothing but make him new alternate Amazon Prime accounts, so he can just go in and
Yes.
like as if he's different people, and they just do that
Yeah, Jeff
all
Bezos
day.
1, Jeff Bezos 2,
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos 3, Jeff Bezos 4, all the way down the line.
And if anyone took one of the
Man,
numbers, they're banned forever from all Amazon.
ridiculous.
That's so funny.
But anyway, I'll leave it with that. I needed to get that off my chest because that was such a fresh, like, anger for
No, I
me.
love it. I love it.
Yeah, that movie made me actually mad that I had to watch it, and the only saving grace was that it was, like, it was 90 minutes, so, like, it's
Yeah.
not the end of the world, but also, like, no, it was awful. It was the worst 90 minutes I've spent in a long time.
Good to know, man. Good to know. I don't think I'll catch it on your recommendation, but if it ever crosses my path, I'm excited to laugh at it for sure. Um,
Excellent.
well, all right, man. We calling that good?
Yeah, I think that, we should, take our sugar, call it a sweet day. It's a bitter world out there, buddy.
As always, it is a bitter, bitter world, everybody. I hope this
It's a more
satisfied.
bitter world after watching that piece of shit movie.
You had to circle
It's a
back one more
bitter
time.
world. I need something sweet to get that off my palate.
Totally, totally. And for all of you out there still listening, if you're still with us, I hope that this satisfied your sweet tooth for the week. We've had a great time. I've been Trey.
I'm Garrett.
That handsome devil is Garrett. We will catch you guys on the flip next time.